Happy New Year everybody, and welcome to a new video. Hope you all had a good time with your family and friends over the Christmas period. Right, this is going to be a crafting video. So we're going to go through some of the materials I use for crafting, and then we're going to go down for a close-up and I'll show you what I craft with and the techniques I use. This craft is what I call a tight craft, so everything is bunched quite tight together. I don't usually do this, but I'm crafting on a £10 hoodie, a camouflage hoodie, so the colours and shades aren't brilliant on it, so I'm just covering the whole hoodie basically. So we have on the table, I have adaptive ghillie mesh, 3 different types of greens. We have some browns out of the KMCS winter pack, the lighter and the medium browns, and we have some pooled raffia. So what we'll do, guys, I'll lay the hoodie down and we'll go in a close-up and show you how to craft. Right, so we have the hoodie on the table, and as you can see I have crafted this sleeve already. The cuff hasn't been done, that needs to be crafted. That's not going to be so tight knit, just because that my gloves aren't crafted really tight, so try to blend it out to what else you're wearing. Yeah, so as you can see it's really tight, there's not many holes in between the ghillie mesh. As you can see, the hoodie is really dark shades, so that's why I've done a tight knit. If I had a lighter green, I wouldn't do it as tight, but I can't change this to a lighter colour, so I just have to use the ghillie mesh to adapt to what colour I need. As you can see, I've got some brown spotted around, I've got some pooled raffia. So what we'll do, turn it round onto a blank canvas and I'll show you how I put the adaptive ghillie mesh on. So I have one of these crafting needles. They are a godsend when going into materials like this. You don't really need them if you're crafting onto mesh, because the zip ties will go through the mesh. If you can't get hold of one of these, try and get a small screwdriver, as small as you can. Doesn't matter whether it's posi or Phillips or slotted. Just try and get like a really small one, so it'll poke through the material. So basically what we do, we pinch the material, get the crafting needle through, push it all the way through, keep the material pinched, get yourself a zip tie, drop that one, and then just poke it through. That's how easy it is with a crafting needle. So with your ghillie mesh, I like to add one of each shade. I just like to make sure that it's totally random, the colours are mixed and matched. If you want to, you can add a couple of patches of like dark colours, but usually if you add like one of each colour, it tends to blend in really well. So yeah, I've pulled the zip tie, finger tight. Don't leave it too loose, otherwise you won't be able to shift your mesh into the position that you want. So we've got it looking like a flower petal. Tighten the zip tie up as tight as it'll go, Then we'll snip the zip tie off. If you want to do it a bit quicker and do the zip ties after, that's up to you. That's that's your preference totally, but I'm a bit OCD with that. I don't like them all sticking up. It's just me. So crafting needle through, keep it pinched, zip tie through. Now with obviously the tight craft speaks for itself. We're putting the crafted materials tighter together, so it's just to cover all this dark base layer. So I'm going to put the lighter green on the top this time, just keep it totally random all the way through. Right, with this being the back of the suit, on the back of the hoodie, I will be adding more browns. Now the reason for that is, as a ghillie, you'll spend 50% of your time kneeling or 50% of your time lying down. Now, even though this is a summer suit, I can 100% guarantee that if you're playing in the forest, there will be brown leaves on the floor, dead and rotting. They'll be there all year round. So on the back, because if I'm lying down, I want that extra bit of brown on it. Some people are different, so it's up to you, but majority of the time you are going to be kneeling down facing the enemy. So the front tends to not have too much brown on it, the back has more if I'm lying down. The same will be with my trousers as well. I'll have a bit more brown on the back of the trousers than I will on the front. The trousers will be a video coming up soon. I've got them to a decent sort of green colour, so I won't have to put so much ghillie mesh onto that. With this hoodie, it has a line on, I don't know if you can see here, so I'm going to tight craft it to that line, and then I'm going to start blending it out a bit, because I'll have my rig on as well, which will cover a lot of that, so, and that'll be crafted as well. So yeah guys, just keep on putting your zip ties through. Doing a tight craft is it does take quite a while, but once you get into the swing of it, you'll start putting them in a lot quicker. And I say you can always cut the zip ties off at the end if you want to go that little bit quicker, but I'm in no rush for this hoodie at the moment because we're still in autumn, winter, so this is basically for next season. Getting ready. Another reason why I used a hoodie is because it's lighter, and it's something I can run about in and whatnot. Also my lads can wear it because they use AEGs, so they can just like push in and then retreat and hide if they need to. So we've got a large hoodie just to fit us all. Yeah, just keep on putting your ghillie mesh in. Try not to cut your ghillie mesh too long. Just because it's more material that you don't really need to be poking up. I mean, the few long bits are brilliant to break up your silhouette, but you don't want to be using them. You don't need a lot to cover. So what we'll do, we'll put another one there, nice and tight, like a centimetre or a centimetre and a half away from each other. The adaptive ghillie mesh that I got was from Empire Airsoft. Also the KMCS winter pack was from Empire Airsoft. Still waiting. I think everybody's waiting for any new KMCS suits coming out, so I know the KMCS hide holster that's being released in the next few days, so that'll be interesting to get one of them. Yeah, so just keep adding in ghillie mesh. The reason I use adaptive ghillie mesh and not just some random halo screen off the internet is because I have purchased some halo screen before, but the shades of green are just nowhere near as good as the adaptive ghillie mesh, and they tend to be quite thick and horrible to use. There's not like a really soft sheen to it. Whereas the adaptive ghillie mesh is really fine and just blends in perfectly with light spectrums and everything wherever you're hiding. So yeah, we'll add another batch of mesh and then we'll put a brown in. So on the back there will be more browns just because I'll be lying down on the forest floor, and also I'll probably add a few of these darker greens for like the brambles, mimic the brambles and everything, and ivy on the floor. I won't add too much because I don't like to add too much artificial leaves on. I just think it makes it look too fake. So I'll go ahead and add a brown. So pinch, zip tie. We'll add one of the darker shades this time. I always add two of the cottons, and I'll try and get them the opposite ways, points, just so it looks like sharp edges of the leaves. Pull out, tighten up. Another good thing with the tight knit, once you've gone through brambles and it's all been frayed and whatnot, the ghillie mesh once it's been battered about a bit, it tends to go quite limp. So when you've got it tight crafted like this, it stays how it is, and you get a bit more use out of it, you get a bit more life out of it. But I say the downside is the cost, but if you want your suit to last a bit longer, then do a bit of and not having to keep adding stuff all the time. So we'll add one of the lighter shades of cottons this time. Try and pull your cottons the opposite way to each other as well if you can, and they'll sit a lot better. So if you pull in the top, the bottom cotton, pull one that way and then pull the bottom the other way, and you'll get like a better sitting leaf. So make sure your zip tie isn't too loose, otherwise they'll just pull out and go all random ways. I mean, if you wanted to use a different colour zip tie, you could use greens, but with it, this being like a tight craft and the material sits above the zip tie anyway, you never see it. So, but so the ghillie mesh does go quite far. You don't need to do it too tight. So as long as you pull it out and give it a good separate it enough, you'll cover the area you need to. So there you are, guys. That's how I craft. That's how I do a tight craft. So it's on a £10 hoodie, so you can make anything as long as it's a decent base colour and it's not like bright orange or anything. You'll be able to cover it. So guys, I hope that's helped you out. I'll carry this on until I run out of material. Then I've got more coming this week, so I should be able to finish most of the hoodie. So then I'll do another video on the finished product, and we'll show you. Then once we've done this, we'll go on to the trousers and then put it all together. So then that's the whole transformation done. So yeah, guys, I hope this has helped. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you could give me a like and a subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I really appreciate that the help I've had over the past couple of weeks with your subscriptions and stuff. Really appreciate your loyalty. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video, guys.